For years, we've been told the last reality wants just one thing: to destroy everything. Total, absolute, omniversal annihilation. We watched them send the Chimera fleet only to be outsmarted by Sloan. We fought through the sideways as the cubes corrupted our island. We stood face to face with the Cube Queen herself as she tried to erase our reality. And we thought we won when the Seven flipped the entire island, trapping her under the waves. We saw the Herald arrive, spreading chrome across paradise only to be defeated. Time and time again we've faced the apocalypse, and time again we've pushed it back. But what if I told you that was all a lie? What if their entire invasion, everything we fought against, every victory we've celebrated, was just a test? The training is over. The so-called dark presence might have nothing more than an error check. And now, Phase 2 of their real plan begin. Everything we thought we knew could be wrong, and the true invasion of Fortnite has officially started. To understand this seismic shift, we have to start with a wild theory that's been making the rounds. It suggests that the single biggest revelation in Fortnite's history wasn't revealed in a live event or in dialogue, but was hidden for just a few frames in the cinematic trailer for Chapter 7. Blink and you miss it! But for a fleeting moment, a string of runic text appeared, and then if the translation is right, it changes everything. According to this theory, the deciphered message reads, "Training run complete." And it supposedly goes on. Total elapsed time and base reality: 8 years, 9 weeks, 3 days, 9 hours, and 30 minutes. Now that can't be random. And it isn't. If this is true, that duration corresponds exactly to the time between the original launch of Fortnite Battle Royale and the moment Chapter 7 began. For the entire time we've been playing this game, we've been inside their experiment. But it gets even crazier. The theory claims the next line reads, "Total simulated time across all iterations, 1.06 times 1011 years. That's 106 billion years. This would confirm the last reality hasn't just been watching our single reality. They've been running countless simulation, billions of versions of our history over and over again. They've watched us fight the Ice King, defeat the Imagined Order, and navigate every single season. So let's be clear what this theory means. It means the last reality wasn't trying to win. They were trying to learn. They were studying us, our tactics, our choices, our loyalties, our emotions, our flossings. The entire 8-year history of Fortnite has just been a learning phase for them. And here's the most critical piece of this theoretical puzzle. The line that changes it all. Decommissioning error check protocol, the dark presence. This theory suggests it wasn't their ultimate weapon, it was a diagnostic tool, an error check they intentionally let loose just to see how we would solve it. And that solution is the final horrifying proof of their true plan. With this new idea that everything might have been a training run, we have to go back. Back! And look at the biggest moments in the war against the last reality through this terrifying new lens. If this theory is right, none of their defeats were failures. They were calculated data points. Let me explain. Let's start with the Cube Queen. We all remember it. Her golden cube was ready, the portal was opening, and it looked like the end of everything. The Seven executed a desperate plan, flipped the island, and submerged the Queen and her army. We celebrated. We celebrated it as one of our greatest victories. But what if her goal wasn't to win, but simply to measure the 0 points defenses? Her attack forced everyone into the open. The Imagined Order revealed the power they had in the bridge. The Seven were forced to show their hand. And we, the loopers, showed them exactly how we'd react. The last reality didn't lose. They gathered a massive amount of intelligence on everyone protecting the 0 point. In her own anthem, the Queen sang, "And everything you ever thought was true was just part of the game I let you knew." We thought it was a taunt. What if it was a mission statement? This leads us right into chapter 3 in the Herald. After the IO war, paradise bloomed, but then the Herald appeared, spreading her all-consuming chrome. It turned everything into mirrored liquid. Again, we fought back, and in the fracture event, Paradigm seemingly defeated the Herald by absorbing her into the 0 point. Another win, right? Wrong! Viewing this through the simulation theory, the chrome wasn't a weapon of destruction, it was a weapon of information. As it consumed things, it wasn't just destroying them, it was analyzing them and sending data back. The Herald wasn't a conqueror, she was a surveyor, cataloging our reality, studying. But the biggest clue from this era is the detail from the chapter 7 audio logs. The Order, a member of the Seven, reveals she was on the island during the Chrome invasion but was never consumed by it. This has led to some theorists to believe this was selective preservation, that the last reality was choosing what to study and what assets to leave on the board for later. But the ultimate proof of this manipulative theory comes from 0 Hour, the event at the end of chapter 6. This is where the lie becomes undeniable. The dark presence appeared, an unstoppable entity born from a 0 point shard. In desperation, Agent Jones rifted in the red corruption cube from the OG timeline, which counteracted the dark presence. He was a hero, but the theoretical hidden code offers a devastating twist, listing another protocol. Decommissioning Anomaly Containment Protocol Corruption Cube. If that's real, the red cube was their pre-planned solution. Jones' brilliant improvisation wasn't his idea at all. It was a predicted, calculated, cold move orchestrated by the last reality. They created a problem knowing it would push a hero to make a specific choice, and they had the solution waiting. We weren't fighting for our survival. We were just rats in a maze, and we just found the cheese they left for us. If the past was a lie and our victories were their experiments, what now? Well, the game has changed. The training is over. The real plan is in motion. And at the center of it is a familiar face from Fortnite's very beginning. Now, return as the architect of this new phase, the Dark Voyager. This isn't the same skin from Season 3 Battle Pass, okay? He is back, commanding a massive Last Reality Cube Cradle ship with a golden cube embedded in his helmet signifying his command. This isn't the brute force invasion of the Cube Queen. This is calculated. This is insidious. Phase 2 began not with an explosion, but with a Trojan horse. It started with InnoLoop Labs, run by a seemingly friendly tech corp. It was presented as an alliance with Hope and Agent Jones to study a shard of the 0 point. But it was all a front. Audio logs and quests from Chapter 7 have confirmed the horrifying truth. The Dark Voyager was controlling InnoLoop from the shadows the entire time. The entire facility was a trap designed for one purpose: to steal the 0 shard. And his plan worked. Oh, it worked perfectly. He orchestrated the theft, and in an instant, InnoLoop Labs went dark. Its friendly logo replaced by the ominous name Lethal Labs. He took over the facility, captured the Order when she got too close, and secured the very building block of reality he was after. This is the official, undeniable start of Phase 2. The learning is over. This is execution. And the goal is clearly not just mindless destruction. The Cube Queen had an army. The Dark Voyager used espionage to steal a single artifact. This is a fundamental shift in strategy. They're no longer carpet bombing realities. They're performing surgical strikes. They're stealing the source code of the universe. Can't you see it? So, the last reality's top agent just stole a piece of the 0 point. What does this mean for the future of the island? The implications of Phase 2 are far more terrifying than any army. First, the concept of the weaponized loop. In one of our audio logs, the Order makes a chilling observation. The loop seems stable, at least for now.
The loop seems stable, at least for now, but the storm has changed. Almost like someone's been tampering with it.
We all thought the loop was shattered during fracture. Her comments suggest that individual shards of the 0 point can generate their own localized loops. The Golden Coast Island we're on in Chapter 7 might be the first example, a self-contained reality running on the very shard that was just stolen. Connect the dots. The Dark Voyager now holds a power source for a localized loop. This means the last reality isn't just trying to destroy the loop, they're learning how to create and control their own. For a second, imagine them trapping enemies in a custom-designed prison reality built to break their will. Second, our greatest defenders, the Seven, are in complete disarray. The Order is back, but her first words are a grim warning. The Seven weren't what we used to be. She's isolated, and we know she was suspiciously spared by the Herald's Chrome and captured by the Dark Voyager. Was she spared just to be used as a pawn later? Meanwhile, other intel suggests the Foundation, their leader, is being hunted. Is he a threat, or has he already been corrupted? The last reality has studied our heroes for 8 simulated years. They know their weaknesses. Phase 2 could be about turning our greatest allies against us. The Order also notes that the storm has changed, almost like someone's been tampering with it, playing with it, teasing with it. With the Zero Shard, the Dark Voyager likely has the ability to influence the very fabric of reality, and the storm is the most obvious sign. It's no longer just a shrinking circle, it's a tool, a weapon. They are tightening the screws of their experiment, removing variables and taking control. And this all culminates in a philosophical nightmare. This entire plot twist is a meta-commentary on our role as players. If the last reality has billions of years of data, if they can orchestrate our victories without us knowing, does anything we do even matter? Are we truly agents of change, or are we just running a program? Are we pawns as well? The true horror of the last reality's plan isn't destroying our world, but the revelation that it was never truly ours to begin with. A massive theory suggests that last 8 years have been a lie, a training run for the last reality. This theory reframes our greatest victories as their successful experiments, and now the confirmed facts show that Phase 2 has begun. The calculating Dark Voyager has infiltrated the island and stolen a shard of the 0 point, giving him the power to create, control localized realities. The last reality is no longer watching. They're actively manipulating the game. The Seven are scattered, the storm is being tampered with, and the line between free will and a pre-written program has been completely blurred. This brings up the ultimate question. What is Phase 3? What is the final endgame for an entity that can simulate and manipulate reality itself? We try to read all the comments, so let's get this discussion started, party people. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the island.